John Eustace has just completed his pre-match press conference heading into Derby County's fixture up against Preston North End this weekend at Pride Park Stadium. Now, just a few days ago, Derby County picked up their first win of the season away from home at West Brom, with Andy Vyman picking up the only goal in that game in the 84th minute. And since then, John Eustace said that it's been a great week, and no matter what the result, the lads always come back positive, and that is the most important thing for Derby County fans to have to listen to. Now, obviously, John Eustace said that it's great to get that first win on the board, but there's been a lot of hard work ahead across the course of this week and heading into this weekend. Obviously, Preston North End are going to be a challenging opponent, and that's exactly what we're going to look into in this video. We're going to go through John Eustace's pre-match press conference, as well as taking a look at what could happen this weekend. So if you have not done so already, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments if you have not done so already. Check out the likes of Kitbag, NordVPN, and Loaded down in the description. Make sure you head on over to the gaming channel as well. We've got tons of FC26 content heading your way, as well as a couple of live streams over the course of recent days. So shall we get into it? Head on over to raffle.com, linked down in the description, so that you can get yourselves into the raffle to win 2 Derby County home tickets or a 2025-26 DCFC kit of your choice. Tickets start at just £1 per ticket, with a range of different bundles available to you, where you can buy 2 tickets, get 2 free, 5 tickets, get 5 free, 10 tickets to get 10 free, and 15 tickets for 15 free. All you need to do is head on over to Derby County's website, get yourself a fan ID. So if you are the winner of this raffle, I can send you over those tickets, and all you have to do is enter a question just a little bit about Jamie Carragher and what club he played at for his entire career. So if you haven't done so already, head on over to raffle.com, linked in the description, so that you can join the raffle for 2 Derby County home tickets or a 2025-26 DTFC kit of your choice. Now, obviously, as John Eustace said, there's been a lot of hard work going on this week amongst the Derby County players and squad as they sort of prepare for this upcoming fixture against that of Preston North End. Preston have had a fairly decent start to the season and find themselves a few points ahead of Derby County, but there's a lot of decisions that still need to be made by Derby County players, and that is based on chemistry and how this squad is potentially going to line up over the course of the future. Now, John Eustace has basically turned around and said that we've got to back up the result that we picked up last week, and that is only going to happen by picking up another victory. It's only going to happen by putting in another good performance. And John Eustace made it clear that we already should have more points than we currently do. And unfortunately, we don't have that at the moment, which is obviously very, very disappointing as it stands right now. Now, the important thing is that we've got to win games, and that doesn't matter how we play, according to John Eustace. It's just about getting those points on the board, and you do that in many different ways across the course of the season. Obviously, if you look at the way we've played already this season, we've played a few different styles, but mainly we've been that sort of sit back, hit on the counter team. And as things change across the course of the season, like when the likes of Blackett-Taylor return, when Mang's fully fit, when you've got Ryan Brewster back within the squad, we're in a position where you can definitely sort of change the way we play on the fly as we play as well, which will be very, very good. And John Eustace was keen to point out that we have to respect the opposition, no matter who they are in the division or where they are in the division, because everyone in this division will believe they've recruited well. Everyone in the division will believe that they've put together a good squad for this division, and that's exactly why John Eustace looks forward to every single game, because there's a different game plan for every team. You've got to change things over the course of game 1 to game 46, because if you don't consistently change things, then it's easy for the opposition to learn the way you play and how to defend against you, and that obviously makes it a lot more difficult in order to obviously win games and things like that. But we will see sort of how that adapts over the course of the next few weeks. Now, Eustace was keen to point out when discussing that adaptability is key in the Championship, and that approaches from every team, not just Derby County but other teams in the division, change time and time again as the season progresses. And hopefully that'll be something which continues with Derby County as the season goes on, where systems change, players change, but results stay the same and we pick up victories. But we're obviously going to have to wait and see how that goes. And John Eustace says that one of the most important things for Derby County's players is making sure that they know their job, and that the game-by-game progression is able to be noticed in players learning and understanding their roles and figuring out exactly what they are trying to do. And I think that we're certainly heading in that direction. I think we was very good up against West Brom. I think defensively we were excellent. I think in the forward line was very good as well. I think we could be a little bit better in front of goal, but the opportunity, the one major opportunity we took with Andy Vyman, so we cannot really be complaining. And John Eustace believes that it's all about doing the right things and to keep believing in what you're doing. And I believe that that is exactly what's going on at the moment. Now, obviously, it has been a slow start, and that was expected from the Derby County coaching staff, the players and things like that. But he does believe we're heading in the right direction. And with players getting back to their fitness levels, the challenge starts again on Saturday, and then it starts again after that, and continually it just continues to be a bigger and bigger challenge. Now, he was asked a question in regards to control on the ball and things like that, to which he said he'd love to have more control of games, but ultimately he just needs to win games. If he wins games with no control, fair enough. If he wins games with loads of control, absolutely brilliant. But we will wait and see. Obviously, we are seeing changes to the system and the style of play, but that does take time. And ultimately, when we've still got a couple of players in the squad that were part of that first team last year, it's going to take even longer to be able to introduce those changes. Now, he was asked a question in regards to the amount of changes he made last season in regards to game by game and within the games and things like that. And John Eustace says that consistency will come when the team stays the same. Minimal changes is the aim as a result of trying to find that consistency, but obviously that gets a little bit more difficult as and when you sort of move forward with things like that. And as you bring in new players in, the chemistry levels drop, and then you've got to refine the consistency, refine that sort of thing. And that is why we have a squad of 25, to be able to find the right balance of the group. And every single one of them will play a huge part according to that of John Eustace, but we will see how that goes. And it all is just a case of chemistry and balance. Now, so far, we've not yet had a fully fit squad. We're still waiting on the return of Blackett-Taylor. We're still waiting on the return of Sondre, Langas. You've also got Owen Beck, who's still out as well. But we'll see how that develops. But it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take time. Now, he was asked a question in regard to Charles Abuka's chances, and he essentially said that the chances are quite low. They're not really rushing him in. And he discussed all the players that can play through that central role that he sees ahead of him at the moment. And I think he was really honest, and I think that's commendable of John Eustace. But we will wait and see how that develops. Now, obviously, if you have not done so already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell, because I'll catch you in my next video. Bye-bye. Head on over to raffle.com, linked down in the description, so that you can get yourselves into the raffle to win 2 Derby County home tickets or a 2025-26 DCFC kit of your choice. Tickets start at just £1 per ticket, with a range of different bundles available to you, where you can buy 2 tickets, get 2 free, 5 tickets, get 5 free, 10 tickets to get 10 free, and 15 tickets for 15 free. All you need to do is head on over to Derby County's website, get yourself a fan ID. So if you are the winner of this raffle, I can send you over those tickets, and all you have to do is enter a question just a little bit about Jamie Carragher and what club he played at for his entire career. So if you haven't done so already, head on over to raffle.com, linked in the description, so that you can join the raffle for 2 Derby County home tickets or a 2025-26 DCFC kit of your choice.